thunderstorms. What's going on YouTube? It's your girl Mercedes. Mercedes gang. You feel me? The gang, because we don't come with no price tag. Period. Anyways, y'all, I'm back with another little reaction video. The fall of Sean Kingston. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a bit tired, and then I'm also dealing with this big snowstorm that's about to trample us. It makes no sense. So gotta get gas, gotta do all that good stuff, but I'm still gonna get a video out for y'all. But anyways, I ain't really gonna say too much. I'm low-key, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't heard or seen nothing from Sean Kingston after like the little collaboration with Justin Bieber. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. For real.
At just 17 years old, Sean Kingston went from obscurity to the very top of the charts with his breakout single. Suddenly, he went from unknown to in demand, living the lavish celebrity lifestyle that most kids his age can ordinarily only dream of.
You can't go anywhere without hearing the name Sean Kingston. You can't turn on any radio without hearing Sean Kingston. How do you feel when you're driving around, you just put on a radio and you hear yourself?
Man, I feel good, man. I feel really excited. I mean, I feel blessed. You know what I'm saying? It's something I always wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Just me being here making great music. It's just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to just tap in and, you know, talk to my fans and, you know what I mean? Just have everybody respect, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing, and, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a lot of love, so I'm loving it.
But like so many before him, Sean learned that when the trappings of fame stopped rolling in, he was reluctant to let them go. And now that refusal has manifested into something far darker that had somebody calling 911 on the once prominent singer.
Wow, lame, whack as fuck.
Sean Kingston had some hits back in the day starting in 2007, including one that he did with Justin Bieber, but now he's in big trouble. So he lives at this 15,000 square foot mansion here in Southwest Ranches. Take a look over there. You'll see a lot of BSO deputies. They are serving a search warrant at the house. And as we go to the right side of the house, you can see a fleet of luxury cars in the front, a Mercedes, a Bentley, a Ferrari, and more. And according to an attorney who filed the lawsuit against Kingston, he has a history of never paying for his things, which is why BSO came knocking today.
It's your boy Luis,
and
this is the
why would you not pay that out? You had the money.
downfall of Sean Kingston. From the outset, music was in Sean Kingston's blood. Allegedly, he was writing since he was 7, with his grandmother and famed Jamaican reggae producer, Jack Ruby, providing early guidance. But where her old man worked in the same industry that her son would one day leave an impact on, his mother, Janice Turner, had her own path. In fact, she basically left him to his own devices while serving time for a series of felonies.
Well, my mom got sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Right.
I kind of was on my own.
And how old were you? 15?
I was 14.
Okay. And
So,
what did she get caught up for?
She got caught up for, she was basically doing a, tax evasion, fraud, drug trafficking.
That's crazy.
I think that was it. That's not, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And so then what happens to
I
you
was by
after
myself because I only been around my dad like 3 times, right? So I don't really have a crazy relationship with him. So when my mom left, it was like, I was on my own, you know, and it forced me to become a man early and to get on my job.
But Sean aspired to something more and thought he'd find his escape route from all that through artistry. After recording his demo, Sean signed to J.R. Rodham's Beluga Heights record via a joint venture with Epic Records. However, his success came in unexpected ways, particularly as he originally intended to be a rapper.
Rapper named Franchise wrote this chorus called Beautiful Girls. Actually called Suicidal at the time, and eventually
that was the part that kind of like, growing up hearing this song, it was a beautiful song. Of course, I love the song even till this day, but it's that one part where I think he says something about deleting himself. You get the point. I was concerned about that part of the song, so anytime I just heard that part, I just turned it off. I'm like, okay.
Girls. And overnight, they decided to change the entire Franchise rap album into a singing album because this dude sang and they didn't realize that he could sing, and they changed Franchise's name to Sean Kingston.
That's insane.
Because his name is Kashawn Anderson and his family was from Kingston, Jamaica.
Wow.
We went in and started rewriting the entire Sean Kingston album and ended up writing Take You There.
Hey.
With that, his entire career trajectory shifted at the instruction of the label. And if you're familiar with how majors work, it's not all that shocking, but those who are less clued up couldn't believe much tweaking and upper management interference happens behind the scenes. Listening to these industry-backed stories makes me realize how predictable we are as human beings. Hit music, movies, etc. can be engineered. There's more than just creativity and inspiration. It's wild. A musician's success is a corporate choice, not an ascension. Even with the label behind him, Kingston remains adamant that things he did ensured that Beautiful Girls became the smash hit that it was, not them.
I knew for a fact that I was coming with a new sound. And what I did, and that's why I tell people who's making music now, it's like, I can find a lot of talented people. There's so many talented people out there, but what's gonna separate you from the rest is having your own sound. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 10 seconds a song come on, somebody gotta be able to identify, whether it's an ad lib, whether it's a, you know what I'm saying? It's something that they gotta be able to, identify you. And once you got that sound created, I feel like everything's gonna fall into place after that.
Peaking at number 1, the track meant that Sean became the first artist born in the 90s to top the Billboard Hot 100. After becoming a prospect on the label's payroll, Sean became a household name, and with that, he was about to become a very, very wealthy man. When his debut album followed, tracks like Me Love and Take You There proved he was more than a one-hit wonder, and suddenly people were talking about him like he was one of the most promising names in the industry.
Because you're so young, Sean, I mean, all of a sudden your friends must be making more notice of you. What's it been like since you've become this big star?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I can't, people just starting to recognize me more and more, and people is recognizing my work, and they're recognizing different stuff that I'm doing. But it's been cool, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, people's loving me, man, like, just like, wow, this kid blow up, you know what I'm saying? Like, this kid worked. But what kind of makes it more interesting that I always, people know me as a rapper, people knew me as a singer in my school, so they weren't shocked, and it's not shocked to see me blown up. It's just like, wow, I went to school with that kid, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And at the time, he must have thought he'd won the golden ticket. But with the benefit of hindsight, Sean now says it was simply too much success far too early.
I'm not gonna lie, I lost my way because I was around people. You gotta think about it. I had so much yes people around me.
Yeah.
I had I was chilling with the wrong people. It's just a lot of stuff happened that I made some, bad decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I came out here, I started not drinking lean, but like basically, yeah, drinking lean.
And as time progressed, certain mistakes were made that would lead him down the path to the penal system, in a career that is a shadow of what it once was. During his initial run, Sean Kingston had some pretty big tracks. However, there were also some instances where he could have seriously added to his tally of hits that slipped through his fingers. As Jason Derulo revealed years later, he and his team missed out on major opportunities with tracks that would go on to become number ones.
What do you think Sean Kingston and his label were thinking when they turned down What You Say and Replay, and then
like
the
later
songs become massive hits?
I'm sure somebody got fired.
Are you serious? That happened? Wow. I ain't gonna lie, those are some 2 bangers too. Like, that's crazy. So they turned down, I want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. They turned down, oh wow, I can't even believe what I just heard. I'm sorry.
And when they turned down What You Say and Replay, and then
like
the
later
songs become massive hits.
I'm sure somebody got fired.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody got, I mean, that might be some of the biggest screw-ups in the history of music. Those are 2 #1 hits back to back. I don't think Replay was massive because of Ayaz, and I don't think What You Say was massive because of me. I genuinely think both of those songs are amazing songs. I have other songs that I don't think that other people can sing, but What You Say could have easily been a smash hit for Sean Kingston.
Do you remember how you found out, Dave?
Oh, okay, so they wrote that for, or he wrote that for Sean Kingston. That's crazy. No, I think, yeah, I kind of do agree with him. I feel like if they had just given one of the songs a chance or something, like, I don't know why they turned down both. That's wild. Okay, continue on.
Weren't interested?
I was used to people not being interested in that I wrote.
Meaning because rejection
like
is just a part of it, and you have to have
rejection is every day.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even have to tell me, like, just don't tell me that it got placed. So like, and I'll just go about my day, you know, and just tell me about when something good happens.
Although he took L's with those business decisions, Sean kept pushing, with his 2009 record Tomorrow doing far less impressively on the charts, peaking at number 37. But even if the album didn't shift major numbers, its lead single Fire Burning let it be known that he still had the capacity to create a hit. But it would ultimately be his last to reach the top 20, let alone the top 5. Aside from a couple of mixtapes, his next few years were not defined by anything special, except when he almost lost his life in a jet ski accident. At the time, a report from The Guardian read that Kingston was racing his jet ski along Miami Beach on Sunday evening, accompanied by a female passenger. His watercraft reportedly struck the Palm Island Bridge around 6 p.m. A passing boat rescued Kingston and his passenger from the water, and Miami Fire Rescue brought them to the Jackson Memorial Hospital. In the aftermath, he was told that he was lucky to be alive.
Yeah, I remember this situation. It was pretty like fucked up. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, this is another reason why I don't try to play around too much when I'm vacating or whatever, this to that and forth. Like, I mean, I get it, cool, you wanted to race, but obviously it did not go right. It went completely left. So I don't know. That's the only thing I heard. I also heard that he was charged with something else, but I don't know what.
I was in critical condition for like 2 months. I see you.
Wow. And how long did it take before you could sort of like live a full day without having to necessarily have this be a huge part of your day?
Couple months.
Right.
3 months. I started doing, all the guys, the therapy people started coming over. And I started doing therapy and, getting my body right, getting my hand, like making sure all my left side, all this was crushed right here. So I had to learn how to get everything back moving again.
That's insane. I can't believe you made it through that. That's pretty amazing.
It's a blessing. It's crazy.
Definitely. Wow, that's incredible.
Left without direction as he recovered, Sean started to get himself into some issues with some substances, even being caught sipping lean with Justin Bieber.
Did Bieber get you into lean, or did...
Caught sipping lean. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me he was at the parties. Kingston. Damn.
You get Bieber into lean.
Shit, I don't even know. I don't even know how he got into it. Shit.
How was it sipping with him though? That must have been fun.
Man, that was legendary. That was legendary for sure. But I was just like, damn, Bieber, you messed up activist. Like,
right.
I love you.
So you're on board with that theory that he's the one who got it banned?
I think so.
Oh my God. It's official now.
But if you ever asked Sean, everything in his life was fine and that he turned it around.
I actually don't believe his career started yet. I think the world is yet to see what's going to happen with Sean Kingston.
Right.
I think this chapter is everything else he was just doing was just laying the foundation. Now he's building the building.
That's interesting because, I mean, when you look at a lot of people like who, a Michael Jackson, a Prince, it's like, when they were your age, they were just getting started in a lot of ways. You just experienced a bunch of success early on, and that's definitely the right attitude to have.
Yep, and I'm excited, man. Like I said, I'm a godly person, I definitely understood what it takes to, understood what it takes to get back. And I feel like that's just hard work, determination, and hunger. I'm in the studio till 8 o'clock in the morning every night, like just coming up with different concepts, different melodies, ideas. It's like just hungry for this again,
Clearly, maintaining the image that he was thriving was very important to Kingston. And as the music industry money dried up, this need to keep his lifestyle alive and keep stunting resulted in an ongoing pattern of criminality and deception that would eventually ruin him. Back in 2015, Sean was kidnapped by a jeweler. After paying $185,000 on a watch that priced at $225,000, Kingston says he refused to pay the balance because he thought the watch wasn't worth it.
You thought the watch wasn't worth. So why did you even put down any money on the watch, Kingston? Explain. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, what was the point? You put money down on a watch that was, more than what you put down or what you gave or whatever, and then you try to say it wasn't worth paying for it. So you shouldn't have even, you should have just stayed out of the jewelry store, buddy.
Entered the car, his watch was reportedly snatched from him, and the company's associates refused to give him another watch, after which Kingston went nuts.
Hold on, ain't no way this man I'm on his ass. Ain't no way you rocking this nice ass watch and this fool is over here speaking to a flip phone upside down. I'm assuming he's talking into the speaker or something. That's crazy. I ain't seen those phones in a minute. But it's the fact that your ashy ass elbows, man, you gotta get some, like, who let you walk out looking like this? Come on now. You got this nice, good wash, nice tat, you know what I mean? You got these bust down rings, ha ha ha, and then you get over here and you're like, oh, buddy, you need some lotion. You need some lotion. You go Bed Bath & Beyond. They got some nice smelly lotion.
Company's associates refused to give him another watch, after which Kingston went nuts. If this was an isolated incident, then you'd maybe assume that this was a simple disagreement. But in actual fact, it set the course of what was to come. At times, he simply cringed everyone out, as when he was robbed by a member of the game's crew. In response, he released a video that had the whole internet wondering when Mr. Eeny Meeny Miny Mo Lover suddenly got tough.
Bunty boy, you the same nigga. Your mama was a crip. You a blood. Listen, you fake ass hoe ass nigga. You a stripper. The whole world know what you about, hoe ass nigga. You trying to sell some albums. How the fuck you look beefing with a pop star? You know what the fuck happened in the club? Them niggas ran up, hit me in the fucking head with a bottle, nigga. They took off my jewelry. Nobody shot no fade with me. Nobody did nothing. You a hoe ass nigga. Bunty boy, suck your bumbo clock, mother pussy boy. Oh, it feel like boy. Gotta see a nigga that put bumbo clock. Change the heart show, nigga. Who's gonna change the heart show? What the fuck you talking about? You a disgrace to the blood, nigga.
The beginning though. I wonder how many takes they went through before this was the one they ran with. Boy, sit down. Nobody believes you tough like that. Even your cameraman is probably laughing at you. In response, he was granted Donkey of the Day trying to talk to.
Oh my gosh, Kingston. Yeah, when did, like, hold on, bro. Like, you can't just change up your whole persona like that. Like,
tough and got ruthlessly trolled.
Whatever.
Nobody thinks of you in that manner. When you get robbed and stuff, we say things like, now why would somebody rob Sean Kingston? Why would somebody
leave him alone?
Yeah, leave Sean alone. Why would somebody hit Sean Kingston in the head with a bottle? He's a nice guy. But now after hearing you impersonate Ox from Belly, if God forbid you find yourself in another situation like that, people gonna say, well, that's what he gets. Serious question. Does social media make you feel like you have to be tough? Thumb thugging, cyber cripping, broadband blooding, why? All you did, Sean Kingston, was open the door for negativity in your life. And I really don't know you, but I don't believe you built for it. When your chain got snatched in the club.
Then there was the incident where he wound up getting jumped by the Migos, once again refusing to back down.
We went out there thinking we was gonna have a conversation.
Kingston says he was tricked into meeting up with them outside.
They FaceTime me, yo, come outside, let's talk like men. I miss you, let's chop it up. And as soon as I went outside, it was no talking. It was people. They just started jumping on me and started punching.
No, it's not funny or nothing, but it's the simple fact that they had the nerve to talk about some, what do you say, we love you, da-da-da. I'm like, really? Y'all couldn't just straight up tell him, hey, come outside, you got business to handle, you know what I mean? Like, y'all had to trick him or whatever the case may be. What would he say?
And I miss you, let's chop it up. And as soon as I went outside, it was no...
My bad, I don't know where love you came from. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they didn't just keep it a buck and why they was out here. Where did Migos from? Atlanta?
Talking. It was people, they just started jumping on me and started punching. I didn't have a chance to put my setup. I didn't have a chance to do nothing.
This happened the very same year that a car dealership accused him of having unpaid debts. Months later, a lawsuit emerged from a jewelry dealer over an unpaid Rolex. Then in 2018, he was reportedly ordered to pay over $300,000 after losing a lawsuit to a jeweler. Following another incident where he was accused of pulling a gun on a director when he was filming his video, Kingston continually spiraled to the point that he was seen singing his way out of a parking ticket.
Pull me over. I'ma sing a little beautiful girl song for his partner. Let's do it. Okay. Ah, there you go. Way too beautiful girl. That's why it'll never work. Hey. I love you guys, man. Right. Yes, sir.
Did this fool really just try to sing his way out of a ticket? Or did he sing his way out of a ticket?
Have a great day. After last unveiling a project in 2013, Sean took a break and recalibrated with a team that could get behind him. Because, like many artists, he believed that he was initially scammed when he first bought into the major label system.
I basically choose to take a break. I was in some bad contracts. This is a lot of times that people don't really hear this side. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just try to cover this side up. But in all reality, the downside of the music industry is like, it's political, you know, and I had some bad deals that I had signed when I was younger, so I couldn't really put out. I wasn't excited. I wasn't happy in the situation that I was in. So I told my manager, which is Warren G, like, yo, I met him years and years ago. He was managing Tyga. I ran into him backstage at Rolling Loud, and I was like, yo, I want you to manage me. And he was like, yeah, for sure, man. He gave me his number, and this guy right here changed my life. Really? I guess you could tell him more like how the situations, you got me out of all them bad deals.
And according to him, he helped others evade the same traps he fell into through some sort of informal mentorship. I teach them the game, and I want to let them know, like, I think a lot of people, they don't give me my flowers, Kingston shared. Majority of the people like me. I could go on and on and on. We're talking Lil TJ, we're talking No Cap, we're talking Travis Scott. I'm talking about real big people. It's been times where these people came to my house and they needed a helping hand. Probably not even on a level of music or whatever, but just the business. Following the release of 2021's independently released Road to Deliverance, he maintained that a new era was upon him, with Kingston pledging to be original, stay interesting, stay new. Come up with new ideas, new melodies, new vibes, said Kingston. I feel like that's the easiest route because it's like everybody's on their phone nowadays. So basically, you gotta figure out how to come in with something new to capitalize your audience. But despite his recent music basically falling on deaf ears and failing to even chart, Kingston was always dropped out when he made a public appearance.
All right, well, he is a platinum pop artist who is the definition of summer vibe. Please welcome Sean Kingston. How are you?
I'm doing so. Hey, I'm doing good.
How are you?
Okay, before we get started, can we just take a look at some of the, you guys, this is the most incredible jewelry I have ever seen.
Look at those
Okay, and then look at the watch. Can we see the watch? I am dying over this. And Jess had the best question.
Well, Sean, I said, if you're ever dating a lady, the assumption would be you must gift good jewelry.
Yeah, just like this beautiful lady right here. She has a lot of beautiful jewelry. I feel like diamonds is a woman's best friend. So of course, I love jewelry. I've been loving jewelry since I was 17. So if I was to date a woman, she would have all the latest jewelry.
I really like that.
But while this looked to be signs of his continued success or a man that has been shrewd with his investments over the years, it turns out that there was maybe another reason for it that was built on a web of lies and trickery. And in May of 2024, it all came tumbling down for both him and his mom.
Harry, can you fine gentleman pass this to him?
Okay.
Pass it to him.
He said he got this gift for
What's that right there? What's that?
He said fuck it gift.
That's the watch that him and Sean Kingston sold from Seth in LA. You don't like that, huh?
Following a raid on his home, he was arrested at a concert in California for a variety of fraud offenses. According to the indictment, Kingston and his mother unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers as payment for vehicles, jewelry, and other goods. Now facing 10 charges, the whistle was blown by Ver Entertainment LLC after the company accused him of failing to follow through with an agreement to make promotional videos with Justin Bieber in exchange for a $150,000 entertainment system. Later, the jeweler alleged that Kingston stole a whopping $480,000 worth of merchandise, while he was also accused of illegally holding a bed worth upwards of $86,000, as well as a $160,000 Cadillac Escalade that he'd procured from a dealership. Sean's
I don't understand the point. What was the point of all this, dude? Like, you had it, and then you lost it. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say no more.
Vendors suggested that he lived a lavish lifestyle, but the prosecution certainly didn't see it that way.
There's an $80,000 custom bed that was ordered. This is a organized systematic fraud. He's got basically a script. He says that he works with Justin Bieber and that he obviously puts on a big show here. This is a rental house. He doesn't own it. And he lures people using his celebrity into having them release things without him paying for it, and then he simply never pays. He's 100% a scammer. He's on felony probation right now for trafficking in stolen property. He's got judgments against him for procuring more than $1 million in watches without paying for them. This is just an ongoing pattern for Sean.
After being taken to jail, Kingston posted a $100K bond, but was given home detention with GPS tracking and was not able to leave the Southern District of Florida. But as the charges mounted up, most commenters believed there was no way they were getting out of it.
Sean approached me and kind of talked to me a little bit about what was going on in his business. And I was amazed because when he'd asked me to work with him, I was like shocked. You look at this bigger than life talent, bigger than life songwriter, artist, performer. He said, yo, you got to work with me. So we got together maybe about 3 weeks, 4 weeks after that. And I started kind of hearing the story about what was going on. And I realized that not only like how political the industry was, because I come from the industry, but he kind of opened up and said, yo, these are the kind of deals, these things are going on in my life. And I said, okay, we got to clean this up.
Particularly as more revelations kept surfacing, including Scam Likely claiming that YK Osiris was in on it with him, as if it were some open secret.
That's the watch that him and Sean Kingston sold from Seth in LA. You don't like that, huh?
I knew that was Osiris. I could just tell. I mean, at first I was like, I didn't really catch on too quickly, but then when it kind of got up close, I was like, yeah, somebody like he looks a little familiar.
The watch you stole, broke ass nigga. And Sean Kingston was trying to slowly pay it off. This nigga said his dad stole his jewelry. He don't like that shit, huh? Yeah.
You wearing a mask. You wearing a mask.
You know.
As the trial edged closer, Kingston scrambled to make money and asked for a special permission to perform shows, with his lawyer claiming that Anderson has not been able to produce income since being placed on home detention, since most of his job offers included appearing at concerts outside of our district. Mr. Anderson is going through a difficult time as he is not able to work. Ultimately, the request was denied, and to make matters even worse, his defense team actually fell apart. I am writing to formally request that you cease speaking to the media or any other third parties regarding my case, as the information being shared is incorrect and potentially damaging, Kingston told the attorney. I also want to remind you of the importance of maintaining attorney-client privilege. Furthermore, do not speak on my behalf to the prosecutor, judge, or anyone else from this point forward. In response, his attorney Robert A. Rosenblatt said, "It is apparent that Kingston's emails and texts that he does not want the undersigned to talk to judges or prosecutors on his behalf. He did not oppose to the withdrawal of the counsel in the state case. Further, it is clear that irreconcilable differences have terminated the attorney-client relationship to the extent that it has become adversarial." When it was all said and done, the verdict was really no surprise.
The verdict is in for Sean Kingston's federal fraud trial. According to NBC News, the Beautiful Girls singer, whose real name is Keyshawn Anderson, and his mom, Janice Turner, were each found guilty on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud at a Florida courthouse on March 28. 2 will be sentenced July 11th, with Kingston confined to house arrest for the time being custody. Per a press release from the Southern District of Florida's U.S. Attorney's Office, mother-son duo were accused of scamming $1 million worth of items from vendors of luxury cars, jewelry, and other high-end goods by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers. Kingston was arrested in California on May 23, 2024, hours after his mother was taken into police custody during a raid on his Florida rental home.
In March 2025, both Kingston and his mom were found guilty of 5 wire fraud charges, with each count carrying a potential sentence of up to 20 years. As his mom admitted to falsifying monetary exchanges through wire transfers, she was sentenced to 5 years and a further 3 years of probation. As for Kingston, he received 3.5 years, responding to the news by declaring that they've been trying to break me daily. Often, when a celebrity suffers a public downfall, there is a sense that the public relishes it. But for Sean, the world seemed to have nothing but sympathy for how he'd been consumed by fame and fortune before being spat out. Greed is a disease. Instead of selling his expensive cars and living within his means, he sent himself to jail. So tragic. In a similar vein, his fellow artists who've been kicked to the curb by culture have all the sympathy for him. As a fellow Epic Records signee from back in the day, Bobby Shmurda suggested that the system that pushed him aside was the problem.
I'm going to say, I think he did it because shit needed the money. You know what I'm saying? Need money. You know what I'm saying? I get it sometimes. And it needed the money, that's why he did it. But I felt that whoever label or company put him on, they supposed to be helping him, that he ain't got to be doing that type of shit. That's what he independent?
Well, at this point he is, yeah.
Before, was he independent while he's doing all that shit?
No, he was signed like, I think Epic. I think the same label as you.
Yeah, he ain't doing
But at some point,
he just needed money, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It sound like they needed money, bro. He had to bust a move, bro. But I'm mad that he just did it like that. Like, damn. But I see the differences. A lot of artists, once they leave the labels, they don't know how to get money. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get money when I left the label. Like, I know that I didn't need a label. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I need they probably to keep me off. I need a label to keep the other labels off my ass. But that's about it. But I know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? Legally.
Now, a man that once had all the potential in the world is reduced to asking someone to bring him lean to the prison on Instagram.
Hey, I just seen you pulled up with Aiden Ross with the walkie. Where y'all got the drink from, man? Talk to me, my brother. How you doing? Where y'all got the drink from? No walkie's that. Come on now. Come on, Noah. What's up, brother? Talk to me.
But while he's wound up in the one place that he wished to escape, one thing he hasn't changed is that he's still supporting his mother, posting on Instagram that she is my only queen forever. Love you. I promise you this is not the end. And since making his way to prison, all Sean has found is further misery. Recently, Judge David S. Leibowitz ordered both mother and son to pay $38,500 to a victim in this case referred to as B. Then he was hit with a $916,000 default judgment over a Richard Mille model RM 65.01 automatic and a Patek Philippe.
He owes some money. His bank account finna be negative for like the next 10 years. Goodness, if it even gets to that point, they probably shut down the whole account. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay.
Leap caliber. Considering how his prospects were looking before all this went.
He should have just paid all his stuff and just lived a peaceful life. Like, I don't even know why. I mean, yeah, I blame a little bit on the company or the label, but it's like, dude.
Down. It's unlikely that Sean Kingston is about to be one of those artists whose careers are revived after exiting prison. Instead, he's now going to be best known for two things: scamming and being a man who couldn't accept that those glory days were behind him to the extent that his life is in tatters. It's your boy Luesta, and this has been the harrowing and totally avoidable downfall of Sean Kingston.
That's crazy. Anyways, y'all, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised by some of the things that I've heard. 50-50. Some things I'm not surprised, some things I am, but it's sad. It's sad to see something like somebody so talented and such just go down the way that they did. So I don't know, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this whole situation. Of course his music will live on, you know, I'll never forget. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all opinions are. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.